Alright, I'm back with part 2 of the top tier gear video. We are still on the island of Solstheim. This is very important because you cannot enter the Black Books, the Sallow Regent, unless you are on the island of Solstheim. We're going to be going back into Severin Manor. And we'll be aiming for equipment with enchantments and degrees of damage that look like this. "57% one-handed, 57% on bows. Can swim underwater without drowning. My boots make sneaking 57% easier. I'm going to go ahead and put my primary gear that I usually use into this chest. We are going to be using the potions we made in the first video. The Fortify Enchanting items are enchanted 40% stronger, and we'll be using Fortify Smithing potions like we made in the prior video. Weapons and armor improving is 158% better. Once again, you'll want to make sure that you have your Azadal set items, as well as Grand Soul Gems with Grand level souls in them. You also want equipment that you would prefer to enchant and fortify up to top tier quality. So to start, we'll be going into the Sallow Regent. And we will be ensuring that the Seeker of Sorcery effect is active for that extra 10% potency with our enchantments. And now we will return to Severin Manor. We are going to be making a set of gear that will allow us to create top tier quality potions and fortify weapons and armor up to top tier quality. This set will also, as a third benefit, with the secondary ring that we switch out to at our choosing, will allow us to cast alteration related spells at 0 cost. Fortify Enchanting Potion, of course. Be starting with the amulet. I'll be adding Fortify Alchemy and Fortify Smithing to this. If you press the triangle button while enchanting the item, you can rename an item. While choosing what you want the name of the item to be, the effect of the potion is paused, so you don't have to worry about taking more than 30 seconds to decide what creative name you want to add to your item. I personally prefer to use a USB keyboard plugged into the front of my PS4 to allow me to type much easier and faster. You can pick one of these up rather cheap at most electronic stores. We'll now be doing the ring, Fortify Alchemy, and Fortify Smithing will be added. We'll now be doing the hood item, or helmet, or circlet, whichever you prefer. I'll be adding Fortify Alchemy and Fortify Alteration to this item. This is important to the set. I'll now be doing the body. The body will have Fortify Alteration and Fortify Smithing on it. You'll notice that these effects are of 35% quality. And now the boots. These are completely up to you. The boots are not essential to the set based on the enchantments. I personally prefer to add Fortify Carry Weight and Fortify Stamina Regen. I will now be adding Fortify Alchemy and Fortify Smithing to these gloves. And now we'll be dealing with the secondary ring, the one you switch out to for alteration purposes. The first effect, Fortify Alteration, is essential to the function of the set. However, the secondary effect is up to you. I prefer to add Fortify Carry Weight. This is alteration spells cost 35% less to cast, and carrying capacity is increased by 52 points. We now have a full set of gear that, when worn, allows us to create, just as I promised, top-tier equipment, potions, and so on. I'll be equipping the alteration spell 0 cast cost ring at the moment. This ring, in conjunction with the rest of the set, is important for smithing-related purposes, which I'll detail in another video. We have iron ore here. And this spell, Transmute. This is going to allow us to infinitely cast Transmute at no cost. You'll notice that the Magicka bar is not even popping up on the screen because it is not being affected at all. Magicka is at 1,000. Nothing is fortified with any glitches. We now have gold ore. I'm going to go ahead and back and equip the Azadal set. And I'll be grabbing this pre-prepared setup of weapons and armor. Seeker of Sorcery is still active. I'll personally be adding Chaos Damage. 50% chance for each element of Fire, Frost, and Shock to do 229 points of damage. This is thanks to the top tier gear and top tier potions. Just for the fun of it, let's add Paralyze. Dial that down to about 3 seconds, since that'll be enough to hold almost anything. I think the potion ran out before I actually hit the button. Oh well. Can do a Dragon Bone Sword. Let's do Fiery Soul Trap with my preferred 3 seconds. I will be adding Fortify Archery and Fortify Two-Handed. To the ring, I will be adding Fortify Archery and Two-Handed as well. Bows do 57% more damage. Two-handed attacks do 57% more damage. Just with the ring alone. The body armor, I will be adding Fortify Heavy Armor and Fortify Stamina Regen. I already know what a joke that is, considering where damage resistance caps out at 80%. But just for the sheer sake of laughing at the numbers at the end of this, be doing the boots now, and adding Two-Handed and Sneak. Sneaking is 57% better. Two-handed attacks do 57% more damage. Gloves or gauntlets. We will be adding archery and two-handed to these. You're of course welcome to add whatever the hell you want. To the helmet, I will be adding Fortify Archery and Water Breathing. Let's just add something funny. I don't know. Fortify Health and Resist Magic. The past 2 times I tried to do this video, I think my system's getting a little warm. It froze up after I equipped the equipment. But let's go ahead and have a look. These, as I promised, these have 57% increases in most areas. We're going to go ahead and equip the Master Craftsman set, not the secondary ring. I'm going to go ahead and head outside. We're going to start here at the weapon wheel. Oh, my bad. So, very important. Let's go into the Sallow Regent and equip the Seeker of Might blessing. This will allow us to improve our equipment 10% more. We're going to go ahead and head back out. We're going to drink a potion of Fortify Smithing. If you double, maybe triple, or quadruple click, depending on how persistent they are, you can kick someone off of a grindstone or workbench table, or even off of the blacksmith forge. We're now going to improve the armor. Fortify Smithing, weapons and armor is improved by 158%, including the effects of the clothing and the blessing from the Black Book. Let's go ahead and equip some of this ridiculous gear. Top tier quality, all of it. Well, there you have. I'm going to pause for a moment and reload this. Alright, and I'm loading back up now. I think my system needs a breather break. It's been running since the crack of dawn and it's now quite late in the evening. Let's see where we're at exactly. Pretty sure it auto-saved after I left the Black Book. Yep, Seeker of Might. So let's just go ahead, kick him off of the grindstone again. I think I'm just not going to equip the Daedric arrows. Seems to have been the point the past 2 times where it froze up. But then again, it's a Bugthesta game, so with the added fortifications to the weapons, because of the armor enchantments, this bow is now dealing 1,046 damage. This one-handed sword now deals 302 damage. And this two-handed Dragonbone hammer, just with base damage alone, is dealing 1,132 damage, as well as all of these added enchantment effects. Even without the shield, the armor rating is at 3,257, which is well on past what's actually needed. So what do you say we go fuck up a dragon? I am currently on legendary difficulty. Let's just make an example out of this dragon. Three hits, 4, 5, 6. It's over halfway down on health. Well, that's quite rude. And there we go. One dead, Serpentine Dragon on legendary difficulty. Woo! Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's top tier gear for you. Hope you enjoy.